And what we found out with Tiger Woods is investments, the amount of money you make, the amount of money that you can deposit, the amount of money that you have saved, the amount of plans that you have with this money that you do have saved, the amount of investments do not make you invincible. I'm talking a guy who has millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars investments, one of the most famous guys in the world. I mean, literally, people have been following Tiger Woods' life around since he was 2 years old on a local TV show, showing people that he could putt and he can golf at 2 years old. So this man has accumulated wealth, accumulated fame, accumulated fortune and popularity, accumulated wins, 82 wins on the golfing tour, a 15-time major champion, and one of the greatest to ever do it. He really shifted the attention of golf. There was a lot to do with race because he's black, and so there was a lot going on, specifically in the early 2000s. And so Tiger is a monster, right? He's a great guy, and he's had his fair share of adversity, but he's one of the greatest to do it of all time. Now, what's interesting is Tiger Woods has spent so much of his life becoming a great golfer. He spent so much of his life in the public eye. There is nothing that he can do that people won't talk about, whether it's if he's married or getting a divorce or has a girlfriend or has kids, who he signs his endorsement deals with. It does not matter. People are going to talk about him. He's one of those top 5 or 10 names in the last 15 to 20 years that everyone around the world knows. But what's interesting to me is Tiger Woods, just like we do, we're trying to, and he's continuing to do so, and to build our careers. But just really sit and think about how much time we really spend on pursuing money or pursuing an occupation or pursuing a position that ultimately we're going to lose or not get, or just flat out waste our time because we have a shift in our mindset and we end up wanting to do something else. We're literally programmed to work, and whatever time is left over, that's the time we'll just give to the people and to the things that we really want to do in life. And the majority of people are handcuffed as professionals into thinking like, I have to go to work, I got to go to my 9 to 5, and if I don't, I'm strapped. How am I going to pay my bills if I don't work? And so you go to college, you get your degree, you go to college again and get your master's, you go to college again and get your PhD or your doctorate. Like, you're doing all these different things to increase your potential of having a better life opportunity, a better job opportunity that you feel is going to make you feel like life is complete. I want to give you some numbers. On average, I don't know if you guys knew this, but on average, people spend 25 minutes and 24 seconds driving to work each day, on average. All right, some obviously shorter, some longer. Some people drive an hour to work. Some people drive 15 minutes. It might be right around the corner. But on average, people spend 25 minutes and 24 seconds driving to work each and every day. So let's double it, because we got to go to work and we got to come back home. So 50 minutes and 48 seconds, so almost an hour. But to and from work, you're spending 50 minutes and 48 seconds driving to and from work. That's approximately 252 minutes in the car each week, or 4.2 hours. Let's go ahead and just assume you work at least 40 hours a week, plus the 4.2 hours you spend driving. There's only 168 hours in a week, which means you spend 26% of your week driving to work, working, and driving home from work. Over a quarter of your week, and let's just say over a quarter of your life, from ages, say, 22 to approximately 65 when you're going to retire. So about 40 years, or the prime of your life, you spend a quarter of your life driving to and from work and actually working. 26% of your life is spent doing something that you probably don't want to do. So we spend all this time going to and from work, stressed out at work, stressed out with the people at work, stressed because of the results at my work, stressed out because when I come home, people don't understand my work. It steals our energy. It drains us. It changes us emotionally and mentally. And we have to put on certain masks to be able to operate in our working atmosphere. But we spend a quarter of our prime of our lives doing something that we probably don't even want to do. Working for the money, right? Working for a lifestyle. I want my house to look a certain way. I want my cars to be a certain type. I want my kids to have a certain type of education, private school. I want them to be their college to be paid for. I'm not saying that work is wrong, and I'm not saying that wanting nice things is wrong. I am saying, though, that we spend more time on the investments than we do the involvement. And what we found out with Tiger Woods is investments, the amount of money you make, the amount of money that you can deposit, the amount of money that you have saved, the amount of plans that you have with this money that you do have saved, the amount of investments do not make you invincible. Investments, money, platforms, positions do not make you invincible. Investments do not make you invincible. Lucrative investments do not mean that your life is invincible. And so today I want to focus on being involved. I want you to intentionally spend your time with the people that matter most. Because I know that Tiger Woods, he woke up and he said, I don't really remember anything. But I know when he realized what happened, the first couple of people that came to mind was probably his 13-year-old daughter, his 12-year-old son, and the people that are closest to him. And I would imagine the same is true for you. If something catastrophic happened, if a tragedy happened, if an accident occurred, I promise you, you will be thinking more about your family than you would be your finances or your investments. People say accidents and tragedy give you perspective. Yeah, it shows you that your investments don't mean that you're invincible. One of the things that we end up doing most of the time is we end up utilizing a classic excuse or a heavy reason in our mind anyway. And it normally sounds like this. The reason why I work so much is to take care of my family. The reason why I'm working 60 hours a week is to make sure my family is taken care of. The reason why I'm spending so much time in the office is to make sure that we have a certain lifestyle. And those are all excuses. And so don't allow I'm working to take care of my family to become the excuse why you don't spend time with your family. Don't let the excuse or the reason I'm working to take care of my family to be the reason or the why or the excuse on why you're not spending time with your family. The irony in that. I'm working so hard for these investments. I'm working so hard for my lifestyle. I'm working so hard for my money. I get it all and I lose it all at the same time. Happens all the time, from CEOs down to the person that's just working at the front desk. Being a professional, being a pro, is not necessarily about how much money you make. It's about the relationships that you're able to build and the relationships that you're able to keep. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on a single video or professional development session. Share this video with a friend. And lastly, visit royhalljr.com to see how I can come speak at your next event, whether it be in person or virtual. Thanks so much. Be a pro.